Welcome back to the channel, or thanks for having a look if it's your first time having a look. Today we're going to continue with this CH-47, the Chinook helicopter, heavy lift helicopter, and we opened this packet in a previous video, and now we're just going to start taking the parts out and start the assembly process. So I'll just put the rotors aside off the left there, and in the background you can see that other one, that because I had two, so I've unboxed one to have a look at. Now the first thing I do is just go around the model and have a look, and I have a small file here which looks massive compared to this, but remember this is Micro Armour, and I just gently rub it along any lines I might find. I think there's areas that are a little bit high. I'll try and just file them down, tidy it up, but overall the model looks pretty good. So sometimes there's a little bit of flashing on them. There's a few spots that need tidying up. But they actually looks really good. So the first thing we do is the bottom section. That'll be the first section we work on. So I'll take this bit out. I'll zoom in a bit there. So just have a look around this part. If there's any areas that need filing, tidying up, just go along and file them. I don't need an aggressive file, just something that's fine. The parts, the flashing parts just fall away. They just don't need much at all. So anyway, get that tidied up. I'll put that next to it, and then I'll take out the wheels. Actually, the set of wheels that come with the helicopter are here. This is from the box, but you get two sets with each helicopter, two sets of wheels. So I'm going to put them aside, and what I'm going to use is this set of wheels, which is from the other helicopter's box, so we can keep a full set of spares attached to the sprue. And all I do is just go around, tidy up on the sprue first, just anything I can cut off using the sprue as the support. So I just tidy things up a little bit and give them a little file, just a light file, nothing too fancy. And then this section here, this is the double wheels. You can see there's two wheels on each side. I'm going to cut that off. Once I get that cut off, you can just file across the top of it, just to make sure it's nice and smooth. And these wheels will be this is the first part we'll put into the airframe. It's the first part of the assembly. Just saw a little bit of flashing just there. The first part of the assembly for this model, and it's this set of wheels, and they just sit inside. There's these set of little lugs in there, and it'll just sit inside those lugs. Yep, just like that. Yeah, you know. Should have called the channel Far From Perfect Modelling. They're just tiny, they're just a bit fiddly. You have to play around with them a bit. But they'll sit in there like that. Then this cover goes over the top of them. Now all I'm doing here is just a quick test fit. Make sure that's right, so it looks good. So then I'll lift out this lower section with, great ease. And I'll take those wheels, just leave them there the way I want them. I'll grab some glue, and I'm just using store-bought super glue. You can use whatever you want. You can use a proper pewter modelling glue if you like, but I'm just using the store-bought glue, and all I do is just put a drop in each side inside those lugs. I'll grab those wheels again. I'll sit those wheels inside those little lugs, and then I'll put a bit of glue around the edge where that airframe's going to sit, and we can also do a bit of tidying up after. So I'll grab that bottom section, I'll slide that in around those wheels, push that down, clicks in, give another little push in, and just be careful. It is a little bit tricky, but the wheels first, then that bottom plate, which is different to the back set of wheels. So we'll do that now. So I'll just leave that upside down. I mean, there's a few gaps there you can see around here, but that's fine. We'll work on that. We can look at tidying that up in another video. So the rear wheels, I'll do the same thing. Just go along, tidy them up, then cut them off the sprue. Just put your finger on them, otherwise they might shoot across the room. We've finished with that bit. That's just an empty sprue. You can see here this wheel I've bent it a little bit just by touching it, because they are pretty delicate. They are pretty soft. Now, the rear wheels just sit in this back part, and they go this way around. So if I can get into focus, you'll see there's a little lip along this side. That little lip sits towards the front of the cockpit. So I'll just put a little bit of glue. Same thing, there's a set of lugs here. Let's put a little bit of glue on those lugs, just the tiniest drop. Pick this piece up with this longer bit that comes out facing towards the front, and that just sits in there. Just be gentle, take your time. So it'll just sit in there like that. And I'll just put that up the top. Then I'll grab this rear ramp, and I'll have a look around the rear ramp. Any little edges on it, I'll file off. Just to make sure I'm happy with it. And just take your time, you know. Whoops, I didn't mean to knock the model. Don't do that. I try and do it in that sort of, you know, whatever I can do in that sort of 8 to 10 minute time frame. But just take your time, it doesn't matter if it takes you half an hour. And then the rear ramp, you know, dry fit, check it, just sits on there like that. And then a little bit of glue. You know, sometimes it looks like a lot of glue, but I'm only using a tiny drop. That around that edge. Then this rear ramp, rear door sits on there. Not getting a really good seal, but good enough at this scale, I think. So got that down, bit of pressure, turn it over. That glue almost bonds straight away. A couple of seconds, that glue will bond. So we've turned the aircraft up the right way. So we've got our wheels on, got our rear door on, and then we've got two other parts, which the engines, the big turbine engines. They're massive. So, and they sit on with this cone facing towards the front. If I put them on the right way. So they face, so the cones, the engines face up, so that little horseshoe shape will sit there like that. So just quick test fit, then quick bit of glue, straight on. and then this large section which has that, I guess, that rear gearbox and other bits and pieces. It can be filed out in the middle there. Just to get smooth, get it nice and smooth, and then have a look at it. The smallest section, so there's a sort of a straight edge that goes to the rear, so this sort of sloped front area faces the front. So as always, quick test fit, make sure you're happy, take it out, bit of glue across there, sit that on there, and that's the main airframe assembled. And of course you've got your little instruction guide, and next video we'll come back, we'll do the rotors, because rotors do take time, and I'm not going to have that time in this video. But that gives us that Chinook assembled. We've got the rear wheels on, front wheels on, rear ramp, bottom, everything's done. And this was requested by a subscriber, so thanks for sending through and asking for it. So thanks for watching, and the next video we'll start working for this build, we'll start working on those rotors. Thanks very much.